Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49'ers taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And here's Trey Lance leading this 49er offense onto the field. Some very big expectations for the second-year signal caller.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft. And Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The numbers last week for Mitchell. 14 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to be the #1 scorer in the league in terms of rushing touchdowns. And what more can you do to help your team than find the end zone?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Lance. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's 3rd down. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to...
He's got a man, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No surprise he was targeted on that play because you and I both know quarterbacks like guys who can catch the ball, but they actually expect that. They love the guys who do something with it after the catch.
Impressive making him miss on that tackle attempt. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Mitchell will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Tua going to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Tua. And that is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Yeah, here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Working from the gun, Lance. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, Tagovailoa. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Second down and 3. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And some room to maneuver. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Draw play, Edmonds. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
And instead brings up a tough 4th down. Michelle will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
I had another game a few
Week
games back.
13 here in the NFL. First weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now. And we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. They'll start out here with the option left. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Mitchell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 yards, first down Niners. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smart. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing now is Lance. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
It's so difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check 55 to line. Check 55 to line. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
They'll try to run with Mitchell. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the 49ers have taken the lead. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down.
Here's McLeod on the return. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Elijah Mitchell ready to get back to work with the rest of the 49er offense.
So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Yes, all right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, second half, here we go. Yay.
Oh,
God, they have the ball. Fuck.
Quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time. And
it didn't
give this offense
bring up my aiming thing.
It's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it?
I had no idea where it was going.
Doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I think the game cheated.
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run.
I had no idea where I was kicking that ball.
Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. Tua sets up to pass it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Drive starts with a give to Mitchell. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. But once again, it's Mitchell. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd TD of the game.
That was nice.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always
always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Igbenogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. And his throw is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan and trying to chip away at his timing.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now a give to Edmonds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Alluding to a hit, and the ball is out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Ow. Wow.
Buy some time to the right. So
Oh, my God.
Out of the pocket. What's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 44. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Shotgun now for Lance. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Lance looking to throw it. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about
Well, given my situation with kicking, I'm going to have to fake it.
They completed it all right and lost yardage.
Because it's not bringing up my kicking meter. So I'm going to go for it, and we're going to hope.
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here.
Ah, fuck!
And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so.
I wouldn't have made the kick because it's not bringing up my kicking meter. I have no idea how strong I'm kicking it, so I had no choice.
You may have ignited them now. They stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure.
Pretty much the rest of my strategy for the rest of the game is just to hold them, and if I can intercept it, maybe run it back. I don't know. We'll see.
2nd and 5 now. Tua, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, They're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 27. 142 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Right back to Mitchell here. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And quickly they get to the line. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He is going to find Hill here. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco.
Of course I've got to go for it. I can do a 65-yard run, I think, yeah.
Another run with Mitchell.
Nope. Oh, well.
Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement.
Another very interesting game.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished.
Got to figure out what's going on with the kicking mechanic in the game. It's probably a glitch.
But what a second half adjustment. Whatever they
shut it down or restart it.
It certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for San Francisco, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL